Okay, today I thought I'd work on the vocabulary with you. If you wanted to work with me, that will be fine, instead of doing this by yourself today. So we're going to do all of the vocabulary from chapters 9 to 14. And I went ahead and looked some of these up already ahead of time to save some time, but I wanted to kind of show you what it looks like to look up something in a thesaurus or a dictionary to find words. Okay, so interpreter, I looked in the thesaurus and there was not a word. I could think of one though, and maybe you can think of one too after we come up with the definition. So I'm going to have the dictionary here. I'm going to look up to the T's. Oh, I'm sorry, the I's, interpreter, my goodness. H-I. I'm going to show you over here. So do you see it on that page? Interpreter. There it is. It says a person who, sorry here, you see it right here. I'm trying to balance it on the page and on the camera here. Interpreter. A person who interprets, especially one whose work is translating things said in one language into another. So I think of that as a translator. So I'm going to write translator, and you can too. You see that? Okay, so the next one is timid. And I looked up timid, and it isn't thesaurus. So let's find it. Oh. Looking up words in a dictionary or a thesaurus, they always go alphabetical order. And up in the top here, this is where letters start. And the last one would be here. So I know that timid falls after TH and before, let's see here, tool is the last one on this page, and before tool. So I'm going to look through. Oh, and there it is. Okay. So here's some words I can pick from. You pick which one you want to use. Modest, humble, diffident, timorous, which we're going to see in a minute, bashful, shy, nervous, skittish, coy, sheepish, shamefaced, blushing, reserved. Lots of words here, right? All right, do you pick one you want to use? How about, I'm going to use sheepish. Think of a sheep as being kind of shy, bashful, okay, maybe afraid. Okay, so the next one is passion, and I had to look this up in the dictionary. It was not in the thesaurus. So we're going to go here to the P's. Think. Guess I didn't mark it. So passion, you can look this, help me find this one. P-A. Tell me, should I turn the page? Yes, P-A-S comes after P-A-L. Turn the page again, right? And even after R. Again, P-A-S-S is the last one on that page. So I'm going to turn the page one more time, and hopefully it is on this side. I'm looking for it. Here we go. Passion. Do you see it? Passion. A very strong feeling of such great... You guys see with me right there, where it is kind of in the middle of the page right there? Oh, look. Do you see that blue line there where it says synonyms? This is what we're looking for. So passion is an emotion so strong that it overpowers a person. Enthusiasm, zeal. Okay? So let's put, I'm going to put enthusiasm. You may put zeal. You do not have to put both, but I'm going to write it there just in case you wanted to write it. Okay? Turn your page over. Hold that just a minute. You can hit pause if you need to see that a little longer. So back here in the back is a presumption. Presumption is, I'm going to read it for you. I found it in the dictionary, not in the thesaurus. So the presumption is an act of, right here, presumption, do you see it? Is the act of presuming. So let's go up to, what is presuming? Presuming is to take for granted, suppose, or assume. So I might assume or presume that my children have been playing outside in the mud if they come in all dirty, right? So we can just say here, let's say assume. Okay, and a formalist, I looked in several dictionaries and I cannot find it. So, but we're going to consider, we're going to count a formalist as someone who, actually, you know what? I'm going to come back to that one because we're going to talk about that kind of person and we will come back to him, okay? So let's go to hypocrisy. Hypocrisy was not in the thesaurus either, so I found it in the dictionary. Let's see if we can find it over here. Hypocrisy. Here we go. The condition of being a hypocrite. Well, we got to find out what a hypocrite is, right? And that's right below it. A person who pretends to be good, religious, kind, honest, loyal, sympathetic, without really being so. So, a hypocrite is someone who is a pretender. And then hypocrisy was someone being a pretender. Okay, so let's just say, I'm going to say being a pretender. Okay, now I'm going to go back to this formalist up here, okay? Now, formalist, on our list here that I have, a formalist is someone who does things that look good on the outside but are really meaningless. Would you say they're a pretender? I'm going to call them a hypocrite. I think that we're going to come across someone in our story who is a hypocrite. And they might call him a formalist, okay? So we'll know what that means. Someone who pretends to be something they're not. All right, let's look at the next one. And that would be perish. Okay, you might know what this means already, right? Let's see what the thesaurus says for perish. It might give us several words for it. Perish. Here it is down here. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there we go. See perish? Die, death, decease, demise, dissolution, departure, release, rest, loss, bereavement, end, cessation, extinction, death rattle. So these in parentheses would be antonyms of that. The opposites. Do you see one that you like, that you know what it means? That will help you remember what perish is. Okay, so I'm going to write die because that is the one that means the most to me. I understand that one very well. I shall not die, shall not perish, but have everlasting life, right? All right, timorous. Do you remember when we saw that one earlier? That's when we saw timid. Okay, so I did find that in the dictionary. And let's see what it says. See if I can find it. Can you find it on this page right here that I'm showing? Timorous. Move it up a little bit. Does that help? Timorous. Do you see it? Full of fear or easily frightened. So I would say timid, right? Afraid. Afraid? Timid? Okay, sorry, that's a little crooked, isn't it? Okay, and the last one is an arbor. I looked this one up too in the dictionary. It was not in the thesaurus, but an arbor, I bet many of you have been to an arbor before. Let's see what it is. Let's see if I can put it in here. Oh, there's arbor. Do you guys see it on there? Arbitration, arbitrator, arbor. A place shaded by trees or bushes by vines on a trellis. A bower. So a bower is probably a synonym, but if I read the word bower, do you know what that means? If you don't know what it means, you wouldn't write that there. So I'm going to write, how about a shady place? Okay. All right. We'll be done with that for today.